Ladies and gentlemen, hello, and you are watching TTV News with some latest events in the province. And now we come into details. Ladies and gentlemen, with the total planned public investment capital in the province in 2022 is more than 3,230 billion Vietnam dong. The People's Committee of the province had directed to deploy seamlessly and drastically solution for the implementation of the medium-term public investment plan for the 2021-2025 period.
The capital is allocated as follows. The central budget is more than 536 billion Vietnam dong. The land use revenue is 988 billion Vietnam dong. The lottery is 1,650 billion Vietnam dong. The local budget overspending is nearly 56 billion Vietnam dong. Allocation by management level, the provincial budget is more than 2,600 billion Vietnam dong, in which the province manages more than 1,446 billion Vietnam dong. This capital is allocated for the preparation of investment of 20 billion Vietnam dong. Project implementation is more than 1,426 billion Vietnam dong. The province supports the target of 1,159 billion Vietnam dong, including new rural construction of more than 614 billion Vietnam dong. Urban embellishment of cities and towns is 255 billion Vietnam dong. Other support more than 289 billion Vietnam dong. The budget of district, towns and city is more than 624 billion Vietnam dong. Right from the beginning of 2022, the People's Committee of the Ninh Province has directed departments, boards and branches of province, districts, towns and city to deploy synchronously and drastically solutions for the implementation of the medium-term public investment plan for the 2021-2025 period. Focus on reviewing and resolutely eliminating inefficient, not really necessary and urgent projects in order to prioritize capital for urgent key projects, creating motivation for rapid and sustainable development, strictly control the scope, scale and total investment of each project in accordance with the objective, fields and provisions of the law. Better script, combat waste and loss in public investment. Strictly manage the use of reserve capital for the medium-term public investment plan with the provincial budget.
The Prime Minister has just issued decision number 2239 approving the strategy for vocational education development for the period of 2021-2030 with a vision to 2045. By 2030, the goal is to focus on improving the quality and effectiveness of vocational education in order to meet the demand for skilled human resources for the developing country with modern industry. Actively participate in the international human resource training market. Some schools approach the level of ASEAN 4 countries, in which some occupation approach the level of developed countries in the G20 group, contributing to increase the proportion of trained workers with degrees and certificates to 35 to 40%. The rate of workers with information technology skill reaches 90%. Vocational schools and colleges in Tây Ninh have been actively inventing teaching techniques to fulfill the different demands of the labor market, the people, and expanding requirements of the number, structures, and quality of qualified human resources, especially in 2021. Vocational secondary school and vocational colleges in the area promoted digital transformation in teaching, switching from face-to-face learning to online learning. The student teamwork is also well coordinated by the school. The new enrollment rate has exceeded the set target. In order to effectively execute Prime Minister Decision number 2239, the province vocational school and college will continue to accelerate digital transformation, update building and equipment, and reform training programs and techniques in the coming years. Simultaneously, emphasis is placed on the development of teachers, vocational trainers, and managers in vocational education.
In 2022, Tây Ninh Provincial People's Committee issued Decision number 1, dated January 8, 2022, which clearly stated the tasks and solutions in promoting scientific research, technology development and application, promoting innovation and creation, thereby continue to attract science and technology human resources, promote creativity and startup in the area, promulgating the regulation on content and spending levels to support enterprises participate in the national program on supporting enterprises to improve productivity and product quality in Tayning province in the period of 2021 and 2025 and orientation to 2030. Plan to support innovation startup ecosystem in the province in 2022. Continue to strengthen specialized inspection and examination in science and technology.
During the Lunar New Year 2022, although the number of COVID-19 infections in the province had decreased significantly, TayNinh General Hospital still actively develops a plan to strengthen medical examination and treatment activities as well as the prevention and control of COVID-19. During the Tet holiday, TayNinh General Hospital has rerouted all of its human resources to guarantee that the treatment goes there smoothly as possible. The logistic jobs for disease prevention and control is concentrating. The hospital has arranged several professional training courses to improve medical personnel's ability in collecting and treating COVID-19 patients, guaranteeing that all employees can take on activities that the hospital is needed. Furthermore, TayNinh General Hospital has taken the initiative and is ready to give medical evaluation and treatment in the hospital, as well as fast emergency care outside the hospital. Ensure full duty on all four levels: direct leadership, professional duty, administrative duty, logistic, and guard duty are all examples of the direct leadership. Maintain an adequate supply of medical oxygen, medications, blood, fluid supply, chemicals, and equipment to be ready to accept and treat patients.
In 2021, the Association of Agent Orange or dioxin victims at all levels in Hoa Thanh Town has mobilized organizations and sponsors to provide gifts and assist the association fund with over 580 million Vietnam dong to care for victims and individuals with disabilities, orphans, and impoverished patients. From the money raised, the associations at all levels organized to give nearly 1,200 gifts, assisting 28 victims to borrow capital for retail trade and economic development, repair 2 houses of love, monthly allowance for 30 victims, and other support for victims, thereby helping them and their families overcome difficulties and rise up in life. Currently in Hoa Thanh Town, there are 662 victims infected and exposed to toxic chemicals who are entitled to the monthly policy as required.
Ladies and gentlemen, there are people with quiet work. They contribute to making the street and living environment green, clean, beautiful day by day. Those are the workers who clean and beautify the street. When Tet holiday comes, their work becomes harder. To better understand the story of the life and job of the people who do this hard work, at 7 a.m. we were at Militan Street, Washington City, where workers are watering and pruning trees to create urban beauty. We were immersed in the fast-paced work of the staff of the tree trimming team. It is clear that no city, no matter how advanced, can assist with the trees. The city laws that provide the required rest area for the inhabitants to guarantee that the tree and grass on each row are kept throughout the Lunar New Year 2022. Environmental workers must labor throughout the New Year to keep the city green, clean, and beautiful. While everyone is busy completing the final work to prepare for New Year's Eve with their families, environmental workers are still busy with their daily work on each street and street corner. I also want to enjoy that with my family. The task is always to do. I am a little sad, but I also contribute part of society. In terms of land care, it must always be green, clean, and not lose water. It's so hard, so sacrifice, but the sanitation workers don't mind. They still do their job, where to bring beauty to the city. As for the street cleaning team, when night falls, it's time for them to enter their working day. on New Year's Day, while everyone gathered with their families. But environmental sanitation workers are still hard work collecting and learning garbage on roads and streets. For them, celebrating Tet in the street has become familiar since entering the profession.
Previously, before that holiday, I worked on the time. This year, I have 2 days off, so I went to visit relatives and friends. When that holiday comes, our job is a bit more difficult. Firstly, people travel a lot. Secondly, there are a lot of vehicles. And the third is that people who drink or get drunk can't control their steering, leading to a collision.
Behind that hardship is not only a burden of living, but also responsibility. Thus, responsibility is to beautify the street, especially on holiday and Tet. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all for today TTV News. Thank you for joining with us and see you next time.